Let's do the news update now, and coming up in the headlines, traders continue brisk business at the construction site of the Kwame Nkrumah Interchange despite threats of injuries. And we'll also tell you why educational authorities in the Ashanti region are worried over the increasing number of children who are staying out of classrooms. And also there'll be results of the NDC's elections right here in the news. Now the news in detail. The construction site of the three-tier interchange at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle here in Accra is fast becoming a market for displaced traders. Traders are briskly doing businesses under the uncompleted interchange regardless of the danger it poses to their lives.
Work is progressing steadily at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle Interchange, a key intersection in the heart of Accra. Displaced traders will not miss the opportunity to make use of the free land it provides. Traders have now set up their structures under the flying beam, selling items ranging from second-hand clothing to consumables. Asked why, the traders insist they have to make a living, although the area is unsafe.
Oh, baby, I'm just saying, I'm Kitame because I'm in the Nkrumah boy. Until I'm like Kitame, to say, by a mamma and papa. When your baby, I say, oh, I am on concern. And I said, no, when you're so, and I'm not so quiet and to bend it. There's a bit of a peculiar the channel and violence. I'm a bonny and quay, Mamma money there, and then baby cry. Ah! Maybe I'm cross the Quantum into maybe I'm gender.
For them, their trading activities do not interfere with the construction works.
So I'm going to get some and then I am young Mahanum say, one more crab on my conscience.
No money went to Nama. It is a
one man Casama maybe say, yeah, one the kind about to the other side. Now I call.
The traders, however, say they will only relocate when given a suitable site for trading. There are meanwhile fears work on the Kwame Nkrumah Circle might not meet the May 2015 deadline due to the increase in trade activities around the construction site. Perhaps authorities responsible must take steps to cordon off the area to safeguard lives and uninterrupted continuation of the project. Abigail Adamakwinchi for Joy News.
Education authorities in the Ashanti region are worried over the increasing number of children who are staying out of classrooms. The Secretary Afram Plains district tops the list with over 3,000 children aged between 8 and 14 who have abandoned their classrooms over the past 2 years. Regional Education Director Kofi Safu-Kantanka says the peculiar situation calls for stringent and urgent measures to tackle it. A report by Mohammed Nuruddin Mahmoud.
Many of the children who are from the northern region abandon school over cultural practices to help their parents on the farm. Reports also cite unavailable and scattered school infrastructure in some parts of the region, especially in the Secretary Afram Plains, as some of the factors forcing children out of the schools. In the Secretary Afram Plains district, for instance, children have to walk for long distances to access nearby schools. Regional Director of Education Kofi Safu-Kantanka told Joy News the situation is a serious concern to the Directorate.
So this is one of the teething problems. We are not daunted, we are on it. It is hoped that regardless of the challenges, we shall overcome, because parents will see the need to educate their children come what may. And eventually, so a sensitization that we are tying into the program. When the parents are sensitized enough and they know education, the importance of education.
Over the past 50 years, a number of non-governmental organizations have provided about 15,000 out-of-school children with access to complementary basic education. 80% of these children have transitioned to formal primary education on completing the program. The Ministry of Education had received financial and technical support from UK Aid to expand the complementary basic education to reach all out-of-school children, CBE, to 120,000 children between 2012 and 2016. Complementary basic education program has so far reached 43 districts across 4 regions. regions and covered over 79,000 out-of-school children, a non-governmental organization, Care International, has been contracted by government to implement CBE in the districts in the northern and Ashanti regions, Mamprusi East and West, and Setre Afram Plains. Out of the 3,000 out-of-school children in Setre Afram Plains, 900 children benefiting from the program are being taught in 4 local languages. They will later be integrated into formal school after 9 months. George Kwesiapia is project manager of the Complementary Basic Education Program. He mentioned accessibility to the communities in the district as a challenge.
About 3,000 children are out of school aged between 8 and 14 years in this district. Currently in this year and into a bit of next year, that is into 2015, CARE is working with 900. We're able to identify 900 children that we are working currently in this year. It is the hope of the project that through support from DFID and Ghana government, we'll be able to cover as much of the district or many parts of the district as possible and get all these 3,000 and over children who are out of school to be trained. The project is training them in the local language to be able to speak and write and do simple basic mathematics in the local language, in their local dialect, mother tongue.
Let's talk politics now. And 52-year-old teacher Hajia Zainab Joyce Mahama is now the new national women's organizer of the National Democratic Congress, NDC. She polled 314 of the 580 votes cast at the National Delegates Congress of the party held in Wa. Her 2 other contenders, Hajia Mariam Senari, polled 178, while Madame Margaret Chiravera placed third with 78 votes. Hajia Zainab Joyce Mahama went to the election after serving as deputy to Anita Desoso, who did not contest this time round. The position of her 2 deputies were won by Dr. Catherine Denu and Hajia Fati Usmanu. They beat 8 other women in the race to win the 2 vacant positions. The traditional leaders of Nkrumah and Alavanyo in the Volta region have blamed security agencies for the current unrest in the area. According to them, failure of the security agencies to arrest offenders in the protracted land dispute in the 2 traditional areas has led to this continuous conflicts.
Alavanyo and Nkrumah are both farming communities in the Volta region. The neighboring towns have been locked in a dispute over land since 1923.
We want somebody to prove to us with any document that Nkrumah Paramount Chief led his people, and then Alavanyo Paramount Chief led his people against Nkrumah in land litigation. You can't find anything anywhere. They also know that 6 individuals from Alavanyo and some individuals from Nkrumah Tai were involved in land litigation. And those people from Alavanyo were found guilty for trespassing. It's not the whole Alavanyo that was involved in any litigation.
I don't think that we, the traditional rulers, sat down and drew a war plan and told our people to go and fight. But this thing has been happening for so many years, and people are even filled with pain. Somebody's father is killed. Somebody's brother is killed. So maybe that feeling might be there for anything. And there is a underlying truth. Nkrumah and Alavanyo are not really fighting. One, the truth about that land. The court has given judgments about some of the things. You see, so I want to take the opportunity through your medium to apologize to the president on behalf of my traditional area.
Several people have died while others have lost their properties in the age-old conflict. Curfews have been imposed on both communities several times. Currently, both towns are deserted during the curfew hours from 4 p.m. to 6 a.m. due to the recent attack and death of a local farmer at Vudidi in Alavanyo last week Friday. For both traditional leaders, the areas will continue to suffer the same fate if government, politicians and the security agencies continue to play politics for their personal gains.
I have always accused the divisional commander of police in Kokwe of playing the Guan card. As for the divisional commander of police, I don't think he's acting independently. He's not. He's not. If he is, and he's a superintendent in the police service, then he knows what he should do, and he must do that. Until we start to speak the truth, until we start to speak the truth and call a spade a spade.
Meanwhile, both traditional leaders have agreed to return to the negotiating table for peace to prevail in Nkrumah and Alavanyo.
And we've been doing a lot of education. Even that Wednesday when I was to meet the regional commander of police, we had a forum over here where I had to address them. And we are doing that. We are addressing the people. Ensure that you respect authority. But as we are doing that, we expect the authorities to also play their part.
Why can't we, the Nkrumahs and the Alavanyos, begin to understand that people are using us for something, so that we will understand that because we are intermarried and we have family members across board, we would rather keep quiet so that all these monies that are being wasted, why can't we come together and rather have a peaceful coexistence so that the monies that are being used, being wasted in the name of maintaining peace, to rather bring development here?
President John Mahama has opened the 2014 National Festival of Arts and Culture, NAFAC, with a clarion call for reflection on the erosion of cultural norms of the Ghanaian society. The president was speaking at the Jubilee Park in Sunyani in the Brongahafo region, where a grand deba of people and chiefs across the country was held to mark the opening ceremony of NAFAC. Gifty Andoapia has more.
The National Festival of Arts and Culture is a biennial ceremony to showcase and promote Ghanaian culture, customs and traditions. It is most importantly to assess these values and its impact on national development. President John Mahama said it's about time the country packaged and promoted its unique culture globally. He lamented what he described as the breakdown of some Ghanaian values, which he indicated are impacting society negatively.
Our traditions and our culture are our identity. And even though this festival is not about chieftaincy, we need to accept that our cultures and traditions are anchored in their strength and heritage on our esteemed traditional rulers. The resplendent display of traditional paraphernalia, the pomp and pageantry, the ordered choreographed movements in style and pattern, the rhythmic booming of the phantom drums we've heard today, and the wailing of the dondo, and all the other instruments make a strong statement of the resilience of our culture as Ghanaians. They demonstrate the intrinsic value of the institution of chieftaincy and its continuous relevance as a part of our traditional heritage.
Let's go into the the church house and talk fashion. Now, what do you wear to church this Sunday? What do you see others wearing? And how did it make you feel? And what has informed your choice of church dress lately? Now, my teammate Sarah Abla D'Souza puts Christian fashion under her radar. I am curious, how will she term what you wear to church?
I call it Christendom fashion. You can choose to call it Christ fashion. Christians are letting their hair down. The sisters are wearing what some time ago we called the club weave-ons to church. And the brothers are also putting a lot more thought into what they wear to church. What has really changed? As we leave the Bible at our bedsides and go for digital Bibles, should we do the same to our clothes? What do you think of that person's Christ fashion sense? I think peer pressure has invaded our churches too.
I just love long dresses myself, so I usually wear long dresses to church. Yes. Now the fashion today, there are lots of things coming up. Each now and then new things come up every day, so I don't know, anything can come up anytime.
You see, the house of God, you need to look good. You can't dress anyhow to house of God. You dress good to church parties, programs and stuff. But church, house of God, people dress anyhow to church. But as for me, I think the house of God is the best way to dress good to church, not in the other way around.
As the gospel demands, when people see you, even your appearance shows who you are. So you cannot just wear anything to church. We have made them know that as you come to church, you must appear as a person that anybody seeing you will know that you have come before God. So it's a spirit of gentility, and it's one of the fruits of the Spirit.
Are we not looking too glamorous, too alluring, that the homeless and or the poor might feel today's church is not for them?
You can wear a weave-on that runs all the way to your ankles. I don't really mind. That has got nothing to do with your faith. I've seen very pretty ladies with very terrible characters. I've seen good-looking, drop-dead, gorgeous gentlemen with horrible characters. Not just caring about the homeless, even caring about the people who come to our churches. Caring about their lives, the quality of their lives, and what they do on Monday morning.
Am I saying we shouldn't look and feel good in our skin when going to church? No, but some people obviously go overboard, which might be preventing others from coming to church. All I am saying is, should we continue to overdo it? Christendom might have to just go back to the days when Christians were expected to dress and look a certain way. Just think about it. I am Sarah Abla D'Souza for Joy News, Accra.
In the spirit of Christian fashion, I'll end the news here. Roland has more in sports.